Throughout the years, companies have been attempting different marketing strategies to try and persuade consumers to buy their products. Many of these marketing strategies have been trying to influence 5% of the human brain. According to Dooley, the marketing strategies should be targeting the 95% of the brain, which is the unconscious side of the brain. Roger Dooley is author of Brainfluence. It is a book over the different ways, tips, and tricks to persuade and convince consumers with neuromarketing. One of the chapters is Smelly but Memorable. This is a technique presented by Dooley explaining how consumers are affected by the smell of a product. Dooley presents results found by researchers that consumers are drawn to products that have a distinct smell. The study is presented as a person that uses several pencils with one having a unique smell. The consumer is more likely to purchase the pencil with the unique smell in the future. I agree with this tip because according to Sarah Dowdy in her article, How Smell Works, scents cannot trigger memories if it weren't for conditioned responses. When you first smell something, your brain links it to an event, person, thing, or moment that you will remember when you encounter that scent. Even when we are in the womb, we are already getting smells and tying them to memories. So I agree with this tip and think that when used properly by marketers, it can increase the sales of products or services. The next chapter is Focus Baby. This is a tip that can be seen in many commercial and print advertising strategies throughout the country. According to Dooley and James Breeze, subjects are drawn towards babies' faces. In this experiment, people were drawn to the baby faces and not the product or logo. So what they tested is they put a baby facing to the side looking at the product or logo. It increased the focus rate of the product by a lot. So for the best advertising, you should have a baby in the commercial but looking at the product or logo. And I agree with this because according to Linda Murphy in her article, What is Joint Attention and Why is it Important? The majority of people develop joint attention at the age of 9 to 12 months. So we learn at a young age to look where someone else is looking or pointing. This is a skill that we continue to develop all through our lives. This is why the focus rate goes up by so much when the baby is looking or pointing at the product or logo. I think this is a great tip and one that uses our learned reaction to the marketer's benefit. Another chapter is called Right Ear Selling. This tip is one that predicts that you have a higher chance of closing a sale or getting your way if you speak into someone's right ear. This experiment was conducted in a nightclub where a person would go up to a stranger and either ask in their right or left ear if they could have a cigarette. There was a lot higher chance, 3/4 higher chance you would get a cigarette if you asked it in the right ear. I have to disagree with the hypothesis that was produced from this experiment because according to Phelan and Wren, who were graduate assistants at UNI, they define in their article, Exploring Reliability in Academic Assessment, that reliability is defined as being able to produce the same results over different tests. So this tip that Dooley presents has reliability. However, validity is defined as how well a test measures what it is purported to measure. I think this experiment lacks validity because we don't know truly what this test is measuring. It could be that the people are right hand or left hand dominant. Is it depending on if someone's to their right or left? So I have to disagree with this one. This informative and insightful book offers to take marketers to an unknown place where they have to sell to 95% of the brain. Dooley uses his personal experience combined with research done from several psychologists and researchers. Through this book, marketers are able to learn tips and tricks on how to market to the unconscious brain. I think this is a great book and I highly recommend it, and it's a great read.